What's up, Tyler? Let me have a story time. He said the track cutter. Yeah, that's a workhorse right there, baby. Just unloaded on a new job right here, this side of the road. I forget it, I think it's about 150 acres. It's pretty decent wood. Let me explain to you, I'm not putting no damn body out of business, okay? Let me have a story time for just a second. So, my dad worked at General Tire, then it was Nova Solution, or Gencor, then it turned into Nova Solution. He put 33 years in at that factory, okay? The whole time he worked, he had a side hustle. At the beginning, it was putwooding. Started out with my uncle, my great uncle, and then it moved to Dad, having a little putwood trailer. We still got that putwood trailer. Then it moved to logging a little bit more with Snake and Tone, 820 John Deere tractor, which we still got, and a 4 or 5,000 tractor. The whole time he was row cropping a little bit, a few acres here, a few acres there, soybeans, and he had a bunch of cows. I think he got up to around 200 heads of cow. Well, by the time it got to about 86, 87, we had our first bale saw, had a cable skidder, and then ended up in 1990 having a grapple skidder. The whole time, all that was a side hustle. You see, he was small with the putwooding, and then the logging, he was doing lot jobs that big loggers didn't want to do. Even back then, you had big loggers. You had loggers that was running 4, 5, 6 chainsaw guys, 2 cable skidders, and a regular loader. They didn't want no lot job, 3 or 4 acre job, 5, 10 acre job. They wanted big job. Moral of the story, there's room for everybody. See, what happens when you buy a machine and you start off, you're doing small, cheaper jobs. But the truth of the story is, the bigger people don't want to do them jobs. The second job I did was for an older lady. She had 3 different contractors that owned equipment, doing it full time, come and look at the job. They said, well, we'll get to it one day, blowing her off. Because she wanted a ditch dug, wasn't a $500 to $1,000 job. And all these guys wanted a $3,000 to $5,000 minimum dollar job. A little old Derek, cut her man 830, Bebop's over there, and I look at it. Total about 6-hour job. I told her $750 for me to run the mini. If I have to bring the skid steer and move the dirt from that area, it'll be $1,000. At that time, all I had was the dump truck that we owned. I did not have the dump trailer. My only option was to shift the dirt around. It was a bunch of dirt. So, moved it a couple of low places. The neighbor wanted some. So I ended up charging $1,000 for the job. Kevin come over and helped me rake out a little bit. Paid him a little bit of money. Took me 6 hours. Total cost that I made was $1,000, minus what I had to pay Kevin. Those are the jobs I'm after. Little small jobs that people don't want to do, jobs that say they can't make thousands and thousands of dollars. I'll pick them up every day of the week, son. Make bank, baby. Let me just tell you, at the end of the day, I can rent a guy north of me a KX40 Kubota for $250 for a day, or I think it's $350 for the weekend. I watched Ag Pro had an advertisement this morning on Facebook. A John Deere GD, I think. And then they had a Kubota that was 80 for the month. You could rent that machine with a bucket for I think it was $1,040, $1,100, either or machine for the month. So that's 40 hours a week times 4 weeks in a month. That's 160 hours. You can rent that machine and run it. So you got to be realistic. Not counting, you got all these China-made minis. I passed by one on the side of the road a while ago that was for sale that people are buying. You got people you can rent from Sunbelt, any of your rental places. I mean, hell, if you're a weekend warrior and you know how to run equipment by some chance, why are you going to pay somebody $2,000 or $3,000 come dig a damn ditch, and then you can rent the machine for pennies on the dollar and do it yourself? I mean, you go figure. And the pipeline, we've got a guy, he actually done my pipe at my house, feeding my water line. I can tell you this, if you're going to dig pipe for a living, you're backing up with a mini, son. If it's a 3-inch or smaller, dude, you can get a trencher. You can walk the dog, kick the cat, come on back. And I mean, you will make a mini look foolish. You can kick that son of a gun and drive. If it's a ride-on one, you can get off that trencher, and that damn trencher can be trenching in a straight line, and you're steadily gluing and dropping pipe behind it. And all you got to do is walk up and guide it every now and then. That's a fact. Know a guy who does it nearly full time, and he's got a mini and a trencher. And he'll tell you right now, if it's not a short run of pipe, he'll bring that trencher and he will walk the dog, son. So you got to be mindful. You can price yourself out, and when you're doing a side hustle, I'll give you another story. I expect a side deal. You see what I'm saying? A side hustle means a side deal. So when we built our house, me and my wife, back in 2016, we bought our flooring from our local flooring company, okay? They also had a guy that was installing the flooring for them, that worked for them. He wanted, I forget what it was $1, $2 a foot. Well, I had a buddy of mine that called me and said, hey, I know you just built a house. We want to do all the ceramic tile and a shower. I said, okay. The flooring companies, it might have been $2. I can't remember. I have to go back and look. They want $2 a foot. What are y'all willing to charge? Because this is your side gig. You're not full time, son. He said, well, it's $2. What the hell am I going to pay him to do it on the side? No warranty from the company we bought the tile from. And I can pay the tile company the same price that I'm buying the tile from, and they give me a year-long warranty or whatever it was because they installed it. Hell no, we don't play that game. A side hustle is a side hustle.